Okay, we're gonna talk about the Buffalo shooter real quick, and I'm gonna tell you how white society deals with this type of issue when it comes up. Now, when I initially went to Twitter, Twitter looked like a chocolate chip cookie. The only people talking about this, because I go over many different issues on Twitter, political, social, sports or whatever, and you always see overwhelmingly white people when it comes to any issue during the daytime. But man, I was looking at Twitter and there's nothing but black and brown people talking about it. And then the white people started to chime in on it this morning. But this is what's going to happen. Number one, the U.S. government is going to hurry up real quick, and I mean real quick. They're going to order the Simi Valley people that control the algorithms on the internet to hurry up and bury this story. We need 100 hashtags, let everybody cry and whine about it for, 18 hours or so, and then bury it with an army of hashtags, celebrity gossip, etc., etc. Because this guy sees at 18 years old what's happening and what's going on. As an 18-year-old, you would probably know that the white supremacists have entered into law enforcement since 2006. And there's literally zero that has been done about it by the U.S. government. You have a neo-Nazi militia that was incorporated into the Ukrainian military in 2014, 15, 16. In Odessa, these people burned up 40 plus people at a protest. And they chased the people into a building, set the building on fire, and rumor has it, I don't want to say this is official, but rumor has it there was literally another 60 to 100 people who hid and ran for their lives in the basement. And the reason why I'm calling this out is that the United States government is giving those people money. And not just money, but billions. I'm talking about they giving these people billions of dollars. And this is money, some of it is actually making it to them, but I'm going to just keep it real with you. This is money that is just ending up in the pockets of contractors and government cronies. It's a big, giant Ukrainian slush fund. But if you look at the typical things that go on, this is also what's going to happen. They're going to, at the point at which white America talks about this, they're going to make it all about Tucker Carlson. They're going to make it all about gun laws. Oh, well, he went to New York and did this because of New York's liberal gun laws. Despite the fact, and I'm glad that somebody quickly pointed out that the Texas shooter who believed in the whole we're being replaced, replacement theory, he did what he did in Texas or El Paso. You remember the guy in El Paso? And then Nevada is also a Republican state. And, you had the shooting at the concert of the 50 people, who were shot and killed at the concert in Nevada. And I could just sit here and go on and on. There's literally a website that covers mass shootings. The majority of mass shootings occur in red states. The majority of crime, just as much of it, occurs in red states. Memphis, Tennessee is in a red state. Atlanta, Georgia is in a red state. Miami, Florida is in a red state. Houston, Texas, San Antonio, and El Paso are in a red state. Lexington and Louisville are in a red state. Do I need to go on and on? If you're just trying to refer to a black city as Democrat cities, which is really what they're saying, all these cities are in red states. And the majority of the crime that occurs in all those states occurs by white people. It just gets wiped out. Now, with this dude, you can see that this guy has much of the same regalia as the neo-Nazi Azov militia in Ukraine. You get what I'm saying? And back to what I was saying about how they cover this type of stuff up. They're going to make it about gun rights and he traveled to this state and did it because it's a Democrat state. They're going to interwrap it up in all of this political talkism. They're not going to look at it raw as what it is and say it's just pure evil and we shouldn't teach our children to be this way. You're not going to hear them say that this is the Rittenhouse effect. You got Kyle Rittenhouse in illegal possession of an assault rifle given to him by his parents, who goes across state lines illegally and even to go out there and they teach that black people are the primary nemesis in the world. You'll have a white supremacist dummy sitting up in front of a store in Kenosha, Wisconsin, while the white system, talking about he's protecting a store, while the white system is systematically destroying small business throughout the country, and the overwhelming majority of small businesses have not recovered. And this dummy is in Kenosha talking about protecting a business from goddamn black people. When it comes to people that are reproducing in the country, it ain't even the black people. Black people's birth rate is literally below replacement. The people that are sitting up and reproducing the most are Asians and Mexicans. They got the highest birth rate. They both, on average, are around 27, 28. They got the highest birth rate. And at the end of the century, the majority of this country is going to be Central American and Asian. Those are literally the people reproducing the most, while black people abort 1,500 babies a day. But yet people like this sit around and their parents and society teaches them that black people are the worst thing in the world. As a matter of fact, I've literally seen and read a whole bunch of these pro-Ukrainian Azov militia supporting Nazi militia supporting people literally sit up there and attempt to make the Russians into the Lord of the Ring orcs. I kid you not. Like the Lord of the Ring with these black gorilla type beings on Middle Earth or Mordor or whatever on Lord of the Rings. And the Russians are totally white people. So that's just how much hatred against black people that they're taught. That even if you run into a member of your very own racial group that you hate, imagine that he's black. It's abject insanity, but it's taught in this country. It's endorsed. And you have a group in Compton, California, which is a Mexican / white group. They're incorporated into the Compton, California Police Department. They're called the Executioners. California FBI, the National FBI, the CIA. They know about them, just like they know about these people in Ukraine, who are going around in rallies and having rallies and whatnot, in which they go around openly with Adolf Hitler's right-hand man, Hyman. I forgot the guy's name. Hyman. I forgot his name, but you know, many of Adolf Hitler's right-hand henchmen, many of his spiritual leaders, many of his military men, many of his best advisors, and those that inspired Hitler, these people are literally walking around with torches, pitchforks and torches, holding up images of Nazis and getting U.S. taxpayer money, $40 billion, $70 billion, over $100 billion, that the U.S. government gives them. So if you're sitting up there looking at that, you have to ask yourself the question, for what reason would not a young white man that believes that his race is being wiped out of existence, why wouldn't he act out? As a matter of fact, he makes all the white dudes who are not acting out look like bitch-ass cowards that sit online all day. Running their goddamn bitch-ass mouths about Black Lives Matter all day. Well, he ain't running his mouth about Black Lives Matter. And he was arrested. The guy killed 10 people. There's black people who will steal a stick of bubble gum to tighten up his funky ass Negro breath and will end up dead outside of a 7-Eleven. This dude kills 10 people and is totally and completely hugged up with the white police. And it's the same thing with Dylan Roof. He shoots and kills 9 people, shoots another 10 people. That's a total of almost 20 people that this guy puts bullets into, killing nearly half of them. And the police take him to Burger King and give him a bulletproof vest because he was hungry. So this particular guy, once again, Kyle Rittenhouse, Dylan Roof, and probably the countless racist white supremacists that put on black face paint, tactical gear, and put on limousine tint on their all black cars and go to Chicago and shoot up black people. You know, they are totally endorsed by the system, endorsed and encouraged by the system to continue to do what they do. The system totally endorses what they do. Plain and simple. It doesn't hide it. It has no guilt about it. It encourages them. It rewards them. And it gives them motivation. There's no reason for a bigot or a white supremacist that wants to harm black people. There's nothing that he's hearing from the corporate media. There's nothing that he or she is hearing from government to discourage them from doing what they do. And I just wanted to use this video and this platform to bring awareness to that fact and to that issue. Anyways, I'll go ahead and shut this video down. It's your man, Shadow Man. I'm out.